hit left field. Kane scores. Escobar scores. Royals in front 4-2.
If you love somebody, better tell them why they're here, 'cause they just may run away from you. You'll never know quite when, well, then again, it just depends on how long a time is.
Hey, all right, there we are. So, well, the Royals, they got one. They got one of the 4-game series. It was looking grim for a while, you know, especially when you lose the first 3 games of the series, and then you got Bruce Chin going up against Justin Verlander, you know, and it's never just a good. You never look at Bruce Chin versus Justin Verlander and be like, yeah, all right, we got a really good chance here. So, but who would have thought, you know? Well, Bruce Chin comes away with the V. Well, honestly, he got no. Actually, who was it that got the win?
The win?
Yeah,
Ventura did.
Ventura got the win.
Yeah.
Who came out of the bullpen? That was really weird. Really weird to see our starting pitcher coming out of the bullpen.
It was, but it was planned
Yeah.
because of the All-Star break. Little baby Yordle
Yordle.
needed some work. Can't let his little baby arm work.
The One Royal Way crew was at the baseball game today. Did you enjoy it, Ty?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It was quite an awesome game, really.
It was a good time.
Is that all you had
Yep, that's all I had.
on that one?
And that's a wrap.
We got to tailgate for the first time, which was kind of cool.
Sort of.
My very first time tailgating.
I mean, at Royals baseball game. This
Yeah.
is not my first time tailgating in my life.
Where did you tailgate before?
Every football game ever.
Why would you go to a football game? Football fucking sucks.
Every football game. They actually had, when I was in college, they'd have sorority and fraternity tailgate joint party things every once in a while.
The
So it was
clip.
one of those.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. The clip I played at the very beginning of this particular post-game show was who I thought was the clutch, I guess I'm going to say the clutch player of the game. And it was Omar Infante. How many times, Ty, if I say the top 5 clutch hits all season so far for the first half of the season, now that the first half of the season's all done, we're going to the All-Star break now. If I was just to say the top 5 most clutch hits in the first half of the season, how many of them would be from Omar Infante?
Oh, God. 5.
Yeah, 5. A 5 for 5. He is the most clutch guy. I mean, I'm not going to go out and say best signing ever or anything like that, because we did get him for 4 years and he's a little bit old, but we did get him. And there was a little bit of criticism going on there, but he is a fucking stud. Period. That's it. Omar Infante is a beast, man, for this baseball team. And even like he went on the DL, he got blasted in the face with that fastball, and everybody collectively like, oh, there goes our second baseman we just spent $30 or so million on. So we'll see Johnny Gianfidel for the rest of the year. You know what happens? Like a week later, he's back in the lineup with his little face mask on and just belting clutch line drives everywhere.
Yeah.
Walking off for us. The big go-ahead 2-run hit for us today. There's nobody I would rather see at the plate right now. Nobody. You get guys on base. I want to see Omar Infante's name in the lineup. That's it.
Hit me in the face, why don't you? I'll show you.
That's right.
Oh, you
right.
can come back and...
Came back with a vengeance.
I expect Jason Vargas, this is sort of unrelated, but he will be a lot like an Infante. Like, he'll want to get back as soon as possible.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. He's a gamer.
Yeah.
You know, you know that about him just from watching him the first half of this season. This guy's he would pitch every day if he could. We're like, we're gonna start you tomorrow also. I'm like, all right, let's do this.
It's always an argument when they try to get him off the hill. He's like, no, I'm not going.
No. Sit your ass back down. I still got juice. We're good.
Yeah. Well, today, did you know? I didn't know until I just saw this right now. I mean, I scored the game, but I didn't keep all the totals because we just left at the end.
I've never seen Megan score a game before.
Yes, you have.
I didn't.
Because you were the one that showed me how.
You've scored an entire game before?
I've scored like two. I'm in here.
Oh,
My
really?
name is on the papers in this book.
Megan, we went to the ballpark today. All of the One Royal Way crew went to the ballpark today. It was Megan and me and Ty and Victoria and our new friend Joey and his girlfriend Victoria. We're both there, and they're interested in getting involved a little bit. Maybe we'll see them at a later date. But Victoria scored the game for us. And
No, Victoria didn't.
no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Neither Victoria scored the game.
I didn't mean Victoria. I meant Megan scored the game for us. So, what were your findings in the scoring of the game? Did you find anything interesting? Any, what's it called? Trends?
Trends, not so much.
Patterns.
It was actually quite all over the place. Like the first inning, Haas saw how many? I mean, I have the exact number. I could tell you, but he fouled off 8 or 9 pitches, and then got a full 3 count in the walks. What's the other one? Fucking
Balls?
Yeah, and then the very next one hit the very first pitch into an out.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was not.
Well, there was a little bit of a dispute over an Eric Hosmer play today.
Yeah.
The ball that he blasted, was that Victoria?
No,
Oh, it
No,
was a
that's
kid.
child.
There was a ball that Eric Hosmer today blasted into deep right center field. Well, by the way he hit it, he thought it was gone. The ball hit the ground, bounced up and towards the wall. And if you were watching on the TV broadcast, Fizz and HUD seemed to think it was fan interference. Let me see if I can find the actual clip real quick.
I don't think they really. I think that they may have said that. That's what they heard. They said. I bet you. I mean, we only saw the clip because obviously we were at the game, and so I bet you. They're not dumb. It wasn't fan interference, in my opinion, as you find that video. But what I was saying before that, that was interesting, is that every single Royal got a hit today, or got walked,
Really?
except for Kane, but he was in there for only like
Nori didn't hit,
half
did
a
he?
second. Nori did
walked.
not get a hit, but he got a walk.
He
Yeah,
walked.
and who else? Salvi didn't get a hit, but he walked also.
Here was the call from the TV broadcast on Eric Hosmer's double. At this point in time, this was the bottom of the 7th. This is where we scored our 5 runs on the Tigers and made it a game. You know, this was at this point there was runners on first and second, and with 2 outs, Hosmer at the plate. I don't even know who's pitching here. Oh, it's Phil Koch, I believe. Oh, and I have
How
no
about
sound.
some audio?
You got my sound up there?
Did you shut off the music?
I did shut off the music. Yeah.
Okay, go.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, center field. Look at this. Jackson back. That's off the wall.
Okay, right there. Did you see that? Okay, they're going to call this fan interference. If you watch back, and we'll post this on the Facebook page for you to see it, for you to see it. I'll blow it up for you.
Yeah, there we go.
The ball hits the ground, bounces over the wall. You see this lady with an umbrella right here? The ball bounces off her umbrella, and then I think it bounces off a wall right after that, and then back in. And they called it fan interference. It was just a ground rule double is all it was.
That's off the wall. Perez
See that?
scores. Infante scores.
You see it, Ty?
Fan
Eric
interference.
Hosmer, fan interference. Oh, does that mean Infante's got to come back as well? Ouch.
I don't think they're gonna show
A
it again.
ground rule double
Back right
will
now.
score one, but take away.
All right, so we'll go back to where he hit the ball. Watch where the ball lands and where it bounces. It bounces off this lady's umbrella, hits the wall, and then comes back in.
Back
You see it?
Scores. Infante scores.
Yes.
Either way, it was off my
It's
umbrella.
not really fan. It's not really fan interference. Just a ground rule double is all it is. Your basic ground rule double. If anybody would have, I mean,
But you do have to remember that these are the same umpires that called Kane interference. I think they
That's
just like
what
to
I'm-
call interference on everything.
That's what I'm saying. Why would they even mention anything about fan interference
if it bounced over the wall, yeah.
Yeah,
Like, why would they
obviously
even
not, yeah.
call it fan interference? You know, it's not like.
And it wasn't.
and
Doesn't it have to,
Are we-
doesn't
are we
interference have to be
certain?
Well,
intentional?
Are we
okay,
as well?
no.
certain that if the ball comes back onto the into the field,
no.
it's not in play?
Listen, it would have been
Yes, for
fan.
sure.
It would have been fan interference if the ball would have bounced before the wall, and before it cleared the wall, somebody reached over and tried to grab it, and then hit it back onto the field.
Okay.
Right there. You know, like whereas some people might be like, "Oh, the ball's it's a gapper. The ball bounced off the wall or whatever it hit, and it's still on the field, and he could go for 3." Which he tried to do. He tried to go for 3, and then Infante would have scored. The ball cleared the wall by like 3 or 4 feet, bounced off that lady's umbrella, hit the wall, and then bounced back onto the play. It was a clearly a ground rule double. So
Yeah.
I had no problem with that call. But I mean, especially since. We came back and I think we scored another run even after that.
Yeah.
So, well, actually, I don't
No,
think
we
we didn't.
That was the final there.
Well, we
5-2.
didn't. But I mean that was the 5 spot we put on the board, and then we ended up coming back and shutting it down 5-2. I say we, yeah, because I'm a Royals fan, die hard. Greg Holland comes out. Did you notice when Holly comes out, like when they do his little they do a little montage of his stuff up on the big Crown Vision, and they start playing his music, and people stand up like they're about to see something spectacular. You know what I mean? And they are, but now like Greg Holland has reached in Kansas City. He has reached this superstar status that only him and Perez and Gordo really have. You know what I mean? Like when they come out, like the fans react. You know, so much. When Holly came out, I'd never seen 30,000 people get to their feet so fast and just be like, "Oh, here look!" People whispering, "Here he is! That's him right there, coming out of the bullpen." That's it. He is a rock star in Kansas City for good reason. He's the best closer in baseball, Greg Holland. Today was his 25th save. 25th save before the All-Star break. That leads the American League, and that's
I don't think. I think it might tie the American League. They announced it on Friday, something about it, and he was behind someone. He was in second place.
okay. Well, may not leave the. I might just be blowing smoke
I mean,
up your
he's
ass
very
there.
close.
But
He's very close.
very close. Either way, still the best closer in baseball. By far. I mean, and you know, of course I'm biased, but I love baseball. I watch all baseball. I know the closers in the leagues. I know the good ones. I know the bad ones. I know the ones that get by. And Holly is just one of those ones that you don't ever want to see if you're an opposing team. You never want to see him. You see that? And the game's over. And the same with our 8th inning guy, Wade Davis. You see him, the game is over. You just stand there and watch him pitch to you. Just stand there and take it. Take it like a bitch. Because it's over. I'm sorry, I got a little heated right there.
That's all right. This says Greg only has 24, but today was definitely his 25th.
Yeah, it was his 25th today.
So I don't know. But there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 above him.
In all of baseball or just the American League?
Because now he just got 25. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people above him.
In the American League or all of baseball?
All of baseball. In the American League, just Kimbrel. That's the American League.
Yeah,
right?
no, he plays for the
Braves?
Braves. He's the National League.
St. Louis is
Craig Kimbrell has more saves than I haven't heard a single word about Kimbrell this year. Are you sure you're
Kimbrel-
looking at this year?
Yeah. Kimbrel and Rosenthal have 28. Rodney Rodriguez.
Yeah, no, Francisco Rodney for the
I know, I was
Mariners.
getting there. But they have 27.
and K-Rod Rodriguez for the Brewers. Oh wait, is he playing for the
No.
Brewers?
Francisco Rodriguez for the Brewers.
What about Robert
Has
Rodriguez? How's he
27.
doing?
Yeah, Francisco Rodriguez. They call him K-Rod. I have no fucking clue why.
Kenley Jansen has 26, and then Polly, and then Houston Street.
So the out of the American League, the
One
closest, which
is
one?
above him. We just said it. Fernando Rodney.
Okay,
Has
Fernando Rodney.
27.
You know what? You know why? Because when the Seattle Mariners came to Kansas City and swept us in 3 games, he saved all 3 of them, and that's why. So we have ourselves to thank for Fernando Rodney and his stupid arrow shooting at the fucking wall. I can't stand that. Every time he saves the games, he turns around and like pretends like he's shooting an arrow at the scoreboard. Have you ever seen that, Ty?
No, I haven't.
Did I say Francisco Rodney? I meant what the hell's his name? Is that his first name? Fernando. Fernando
my mouth
Rodney.
was full of pop. I couldn't answer. Yeah,
Well,
but
it's fucking stupid.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, he has a lower ERA and WHIP than Fernando. So I don't know if he leads the American League in that, but it's lower. Lower saves plus ERA and WHIP.
So
Or most
basically,
saves.
what I did is I just went out there and I threw out there that Holly had the most saves in the American League and he was the best closer in baseball. And there's 6 guys in front of him. That's what I did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're only going by saves, which, as we've talked about before, with same thing with wins for pitchers, there's only so much of that is in your control.
I'm gonna start this music again.
I don't
Here,
know. I need to
let me
find
down to about halfway, please.
I need to find like a save opportunity percentage, and that would tell you who's the best closer in baseball.
I am willing to bet, as far as fielding WAR, which is a pretty obscure statistic, F WAR, and how many, as far as how valuable a relief pitcher is to a baseball team, you're not going to find one more valuable than Greg Holland is to the Royals.
This goes by. I'm sorry, I'm looking this up.
What about blown saves?
He's had one this year.
Yeah.
He's had 1 blown save this year. And by the way, how about you look at that? The guys who are leading, the one guy who's leading him in saves, Fernando Rodney, this year, how many blown saves does Rodney have for the Mariners? You're going to tell me 0. Then
I don't know. I can't find. I'm trying to find the actual thing. It just gives me percentage per team. Percentage per team, Seattle is at 76%. We are at 78%.
Well, I guess that's good, right?
The Dodgers and the Padres are the only 2 teams better than us.
How are the Padres good at anything right now? The
They're-
Padres are like
they
the
have-
worst team in baseball right
They
now.
have the highest by like a lot. 86%.
I have heard they
saves.
have a pretty decent bullpen, though.
But to be fair, they've only had 29 save opportunities, whereas we've had 32, which is not that much more. Atlanta has had 45. They're not converting very well. Yeah, but anyway, that's that. We're doing pretty well. We have one of the best closers in baseball.
Yeah, one of. I'm gonna stick with the best. That's what I'm gonna do, because I believe it, and not because I'm a Royals fan, because I watch baseball.
Well, a lot of people believe it. That's why he's an all-star.
I'm gonna play Eric Hosmer's final thoughts on the win. This was Joel Goldberg with Eric Hosmer on Fox Sports Kansas City at the end of the game today.
All right, Fizz, thank you very much. As we are joined right now down here on the field by Eric Hosmer, the offense finally able to break out there in that inning in a big way. Before we talk about that, I just want to ask you about the importance of this game. I know you take it one at a time, but how huge was today?
It's important. Anytime you're playing a team in the division, you got to take advantage of it. And the first 3 games didn't go as we wanted, but
No shit.
we wanted to get this one and go into the break heading strong, and get rested up and get ready to go for the second half.
And to be able to end on a high note too, and to be able to have that win as you sit for 4 days, how much does that clear the head?
It helps a lot. You definitely don't want to go home for the All-Star break with a 4-game sweep, especially to the Tigers. So, it was a good victory
Especially
today.
those
We've been
fucking
getting good pitching
Tigers.
all the whole first half pretty much. So, it's time for the offense to turn up and be ready to go. And today was a good start to it.
And what do you think the key was in that big inning? Because it started off with a bunch of singles.
It was
and
Billy
that's something
Butler.
that you guys were able to capitalize.
just getting that one big hit. We, we've had guys on base, and we hit.
Okay, first off, the inning started with Billy Butler. It was Billy, and then Moose had a single right after Billy, and then Ibanez. I always want to say Infante when I mean Ibanez. So Billy, Moose, Ibanez, single to start off. Did you notice how when Billy was on second base after Moose's single, when Ibanez hit that line drive up the middle, how many people were booing because Billy didn't try to run home from second base? I was like, really? You want to go there right now? Because I don't even think he was at third base when the guy already had the ball in his hand.
He fielded the ball, and he's still on his way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And Billy would have tried because he's done it.
Yeah, exactly.
And he sucks at it.
But anyway, they load up the bases. Infante with the big double. But I'm going to finish these thoughts from Eric Hosmer.
The ball's good and just had no luck for it. So for Omar to give us that big swing was huge. And, anytime we hand off a lead to Greg and Wade in the bullpen, it's a pretty confident feeling for us.
Last thing, what are your expectations for this team the second half?
Just go out and play good baseball. We play good baseball. We know we have the team to put us in October. So we just got to get rested up, come out, be consistent every day, and give these fans what they're waiting to see.
It's good to be friends with Salvador because I saw him over there getting ready with the Gatorade, and he changed his mind for some reason. So congratulations on missing that and getting the win today.
Thanks for looking out for me.
Yeah, anytime.
All right. Well, it's always it would be refreshing if one of those guys would just come out and say not the politically correct thing to say. You know what I mean?
What do you have said?
I don't know, just to come out and be like, yeah, we were really pissed off that they won the first 3 games. We were upset with ourselves, and I don't know.
But they're all in a good mood usually.
Enough of that. Give credit where credit's due. Just be like, we were
did
pissed.
You want to talk about what we
just
saw at the game? Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's all right.
Credit where credit's due. Something pissed.
Oh, it's gone. It's
okay.
still gone.
What did we see at the game?
Eric Hosmer throwing a tantrum.
Oh yeah, there was this. I don't remember what inning it was. The 4th or 5th inning, Eric Hosmer hit a bullet, a line drive. It was a ground ball to the first baseman Miguel Cabrera, and he picked it and dropped. He walked over to first base, tagged him out. Eric Hosmer didn't even run down the line. He stopped about a third of the way down the first base line. I don't even know if you were sitting behind us at this point or not, Ty, but Megan and I were just talking about it. He made it about a third of the way down the first base line and just stopped. And the play was still happening in front of him. He just stopped running and threw his bat down, threw his helmet down, and just stood there and just looked off into space like he couldn't be more upset. He's standing there waiting for somebody to bring out his glove because they got to take the field next because it was the third out of the inning. Waiting for somebody to bring out his glove, and it's Ibanez. Raul Ibanez on his way out to left field brings Eric Hosmer his glove, and he has some words with him, like serious words. You can tell we're looking right at him. He's got some serious words for him, and Eric Hosmer is just shaking his head and just says something to him, and the whole time Ibanez is running out to left field. He's just looking back at Hosmer did you get what you picking up what I'm putting down, and I feel like he must have said something like, hey, yeah, I get it, we're losing, I get it, you're frustrated, you got to run that ball out. Ibanez is a 42-year-old veteran in this game. Might not be playing so hot right now, even though he did get that big hit for us in the 5-run
I think
inning.
He's looking pretty good.
But
no, he looks like crap.
What did you think about the Ibanez Hosmer moment?
Oh, yeah, I thought the same. I mean, when we were there, we thought actually that there might be some bad blood in the clubhouse. Mm-hmm. But then afterwards, I realized that Hos's streak, he's on what now? 11 games? 13 game hitting streak. And up to that point, that was his third at bat, and he hadn't gotten a hit. Mm-hmm. And so he was obviously frustrated about that, throwing a bit of a fit in the heat. But I thought he was kind of being a baby about it now, thinking back, and I think that Iglesias is what I want to say. Why can't we say his name? Ibanez
Ibanez.
was. I don't know that he was the best person for that job. He's just.
Who would you have
he's a
rather
vet.
seen? Infante?
Yeah, I think he would have accepted it more from Infante. Infante's got enough veteran status.
Yeah.
And is a little bit more on Oz's level. And Ibanez is, he's an outfield guy, which they're all on the same team, but it's different.
Right.
And he's not in his little group.
Right.
And he's brand new and fucked up already on his own
Yeah.
that day with that lovely dropped fly ball.
Yeah.
Which I actually watched the interview with Yost about that, and he said he didn't flat out say it was Ibanez's fault, but he pretty much made it clear that Ibanez was playing too deep. He said that Escobar's used to Gordon being back there, and he knows that anything over his head Gordon will get.
Well, yeah, like you could tell Escobar had a beat on that ball. He was standing there waiting on it, and he was just like, do I got this? Do I got this? Do I got this? And he must have heard something from left field.
Yeah.
Because he just stood there and like waited on Ibanez. Didn't move. You remember the play we're talking about, Ty?
Well, of course.
And Ibanez wasn't even close.
No.
This
not
is
even
what we're
close.
going off of. By Ibanez isn't looking too good.
No. And that was Megan that said that. Ibanez hasn't looked very good the last few games. He's looked exactly 42 years old, actually. Today, he did look like crap in left field, but he's looked like crap in left field since Gordo has been out. He has not looked good in left field.
No.
But like the big clutch hit in the big seventh inning, I think it was with the to load the bases. That's big time.
He's made at least a few, I think, that I've seen good plays in right field.
In right field. He is not a left field. They need to keep him. I'd rather see Nori in left field than him in right field.
Yeah.
I don't know that he's very good either. I don't think he's too old to be a position player anymore. He's a DH.
I think he's done
That's
pretty
what
good.
he-
I think he's done all right in right field.
It looks like his arm is still there too. He's still got a hell of an arm.
Okay, we just talked about it on the way to the game. That diving catch that he completely blew.
Oh yeah. No, it was a sliding
that
catch, the one that just bounced right over his head.
Yeah, there's that one. There's been a couple that he just can't. He's not fast enough for the Kauffman Stadium build to be a position player.
Well, I mean, we don't really have a choice right now.
Well, I know
because
right now, but I'm
Gordo's
just
gone.
saying.
But
We do, in general, have a choice, and I know that Ned's going to keep doing what he's doing.
right,
And not make him just a DH, which he would be very good at.
they are playing him too much. They are playing
That's
him
what I
too
was just
much.
thinking. Is that's I hate to think somebody just dropping in on Billy's spot, but I mean, if you need it, you put it where you need it.
Right.
You know? I mean,
Yeah. It's hard right now because Billy's actually doing marginally better.
And like I was really,
But-
we went into the game. Billy Butler had a 430 something average on Verlander going into the game, and he actually went 1 for 3 against him today. The first two at bats though didn't look too sharp. He struck out the first 2 times against Verlander, and we were like,
We gave up
it's finally
3 strikeouts today.
Verlander's
2
finally catching
Billy.
up with him. And then his start at bat, he hit that single into left field for the big inning.
But that wasn't Verlander anymore.
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
He hit off Verlander. The single he had was off Verlander.
Okay.
Verlander, I think, came in the middle of that inning, that big inning.
Well, he didn't come in. He was already there.
I meant he left in the middle of the inning. That's what I meant. Sorry.
I found
Yeah.
it kind of funny when we started getting that rally together, and they brought Salvi in.
Oh, the fans went crazy.
Everybody was going nuts.
I didn't even know. You know what? I didn't even know he was coming in until I heard the fans.
Yeah.
I heard the fans. I was like, "Oh shit, what's happening?" I looked down. I was like, "Oh, okay. There's the All-Star."
Yeah.
There's
Everybody
the
was so excited to see him. They go and have a meeting on the mound, ice him a little bit. They come back out and pitch around him.
Yeah, exactly. No, and they didn't even like. The funny thing was, like the catcher, he didn't even stand up to walk him from the beginning. What he did, the first pitch was a pitch out to see if the guy on first base was going to run. The first pitch was a pitch out, and then the next 3 pitches were all intentional walk pitches.
Yeah.
So. But man, showing massive respect to Salvador Perez, and well deserved because the way he's played. We've already gone 30 minutes, so
Yeah.
we're gonna have to wrap it up.
All right.
Yeah,
Real
I
quick.
gotta go.
This last game before the break, we are 8 games doing 8 games better. I don't know how to say that properly. 8 games higher than we were last year at this point in the season. So things are promising.
Right now, the Royals come back, and I believe, God, I don't have it in front of me. We're 6.5. Also, the Indians won today, so they're 7.5 games behind first place. We're 6.5. The next game isn't until July 18th, so we're gonna have to suffer for a few days without baseball. July 18th is the next game. It's gonna be big game. James Shields with his 9-5 record and 3.65 ERA versus Clay Buchholz of the Boston Red Sox with his 4-5 record and his 5.42 ERA. That's gonna be at Fenway Park, and we'll be doing a show after that one too. So
Yeah, and it won't be this long, I promise.
no, it won't be 30 minutes. We were craving attention. That's the only reason we went this long.
Yeah.
All right, we turn that up a little bit. Okay, so here's the deal. The things that we talked about right here on this post-game show, a couple of the videos are going to be on our Facebook page at One Royal Way KC. You can find us live tweeting every Royals game except the ones that we're actually at on Twitter at One Royal Way KC. I'm going to live tweet the Home Run Derby, and I'm going to live tweet the All-Star Game on One Royal Way KC on Twitter. So you can check that out if you want, and if you don't want, then you can just go fucking do whatever you want to do. What the hell do I care?
I've tried to cut these corners, try to take the easy way. I kept on falling short of something. I could have gave up then, but then again I couldn't have, 'cause I've traveled all this way for something. I take it in, but don't look down. 'Cause I'm on top of the world.